Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video, I'm once again taking a look at one of your designs that you've recommended me in the comment section of one of my videos. And if we see some of yours shown on this channel, just leave me the name of the Steam Workshop item, not the link, because YouTube will most likely delete it. But for today, we are looking at another small fighter, and this one is called the BSE ASF 01 Stealth Fighter Jet, which is this lovely thing over here. Now originally when I saw this on the workshop page, I thought it was using the plain part mod because of how the wings have been set up. But no, it's basically entirely vanilla apart from a few DLC pack items sprinkled here and there. Pressing F10 and finding it in the spawn menu, there it is, as well as all the other designs from this creator. So we've got the Combine Salvager, the Expedition Outpost, the Light Attack Vehicle Dingo, the Parasite Fighter, and the Personal Transport Skiff. But back up to the very top, this thing is 789 small blocks using the Sparks of the Future and the Decorator Block number 2 DLC packs. We can also see all the information about the ship on the workshop description, as well as it stating that it uses no mods and it being survival ready. So giving this thing a thumbs up, which I already have, we'll move all the way around to the very front here. We'll have a quick look around the outside, then we'll go play with some pirates that I spawned all the way into the distance and see how well this goes. So all the way over to here at the very front, this is what we get. So front and center, we got ourselves a fighter cockpit to fly this thing around. If I put my light on and move to the left and right hand side, you might be able to make out some rocket launchers to blast our enemies with. Surrounding all of this, we got some light grey carbon fiber steel blocks that make up the entire body of this ship. If we were to pull away from there and start to move down, we'll see two more rocket launchers to help blast your enemies with, and they'll fire all at the same time with the two rocket launchers up and above there, because there is no salvo script. Just below that, we'll see three Gatling guns, where the center one has got a nice little groove going through the middle to make sure it doesn't damage any blocks when you fire it. We've got to move all the way up and above and start to move around the side. What we're going to see is even more of our grey carbon fiber steel blocks, and we should start to see the start of many atmospheric thrusters. But first of all, coming all the way down to here, we've got two interior lights on both sides. One blinks in a very odd reddish colour, and the other one blinks in a orangey yellowy glow. If we were to move away from there and continue around the side, there is our atmospheric thrusters to help push us around while on the planet. If we were to come all the way around towards the very back here, we'll see our large atmospheric thrusters to give us some nice speeds while flying around. All the way towards the back, there's some more atmospheric thrusters to help us stop, and at the very back, this is what we get. So we've got 3 hydrogen thrusters just in case we needed, 2 large atmospheric thrusters, and with 3 LCD screens with the name of the ship and of course the warning label in the middle. Just below our hydrogen thrusters, we've got ourselves a air vent to suck in oxygen. Make sure you don't suffocate if you're on a non-oxygen planet. And right below here we can see some landing gears to clamp ourselves down on, a connector to dock this thing up and refuel it with ammunition and hydrogen. Right below here we can see even more atmospheric thrusters and a couple more hydrogen thrusters. We can see the lights blinking on the opposite side, the bottoms of our Gatling guns and the bottoms of our rocket launchers. If you were to come all the way up and above and look down, there is our fighter cockpit. We can't see our rocket launchers on the top because they've been well hidden away below this little groove right here. Looking down, we can see all of our gubbins inside the ship, such as our O2H2 generator, our large reactor, and everything else this thing needs to fly around. There is our large atmospheric thrusters with some good use of our armoured plates. And if we were to come all the way over to this side right here, we've got a very novel idea. So this is making a little pattern out of our slope blocks. So there are that, and they're only featured on one wing. And there we go, that is a very brief look around the outside of the BSE AS1 01 Stealth Fighter Jet. It does look fantastic with how it's all been done. And of course, like I said, you can always customize it with more colours if you don't want it to have the grayscale, but I think it looks fine how it is. But with that all done and out of the way, we now come over to tab number 1, go through our 3 options. Then we do a quick thruster test, then go visit the pirates in the distance to see how the ship can handle 2 interior turrets. Yes, number 1 is going to be to fire our Gatling guns below our ship all together. Number 2 is to fire all 4 rocket launchers all together. And number 3 is for our interior lights on the side there to switch them off and on. Now we can do a very quick thruster test where we'll move forwards and it will take roughly 4 seconds to reach maximum speed. Coming to a stop or reversing to maximum speed will take roughly 13 seconds. Left and right is going to take roughly 23 seconds, moving up roughly 7, and moving down roughly 10. So left and right is the odd one out, with everything else being fairly similar to each other. Now of course that isn't really too much of a problem with a fighter ship. You're going to be flying around doing a hit and run scenario, not exactly going to be stopping and moving left and right. You're simply going to be using your rear thrusters to push you around and do all the maneuvering. But as for the controls, as you saw when I did a little turnaround, we've got some nice control over this, a little bit of weight, it's not too floaty, and generally what I prefer when it comes to a small fighter. Now what we're going to do is, like I said, is fly all the way over to here, so we should have a pirate base. Just going to get our rocket launchers nice and ready, and well, we'll see how well this goes. And here we go, their interior turrets are now open firing on me. There's their base, they've got solar panels on there, they've got wind turbines. And I think I might just disable them with the barrage of rockets I fired while flying over. Yes, I did. They've lost their wind turbines on top, they've lost their antenna, their turrets, and now they are just sitting ducks for the rocket launchers. So there we go. So against a lightly armed base, this ship can do very, very well. Against a more heavy armored base, especially one with rocket turrets, then you'll probably want to stick to the hit and run strategy and not linger around too long. But that is basically it. What the BSE ASF-01 stealth fighter jet has to offer is a very nice small fighter, very simple and very easy to customize. If you're looking for something, say, to change the color, maybe add some programmable blocks onto here if you wanted to, or just use it as it is, as a standard little fighter. So there'll be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download it and play around with it yourself. I highly recommend you do because it's a fantastic looking ship, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.